moments where we really want to try to double down as a group and dig in at practice tomorrow on tightening a few things up. Slippage is natural, and when things are going well, it's easy to make excuses for them and say, oh, it's okay because we won. But I think that this team is showing that it can continue to improve, and that's our objective, is to keep getting better as a group every day, and not let a winning streak have us just gloss over some things and then they become an issue. Overall, though, I'm really pleased with the team's approach. I think they've been extremely professional the last month, and they're continuing to play as a group. Very, very happy with the overall play of the team. But those couple of areas for me are just where we need to have our focus over the next week.
How do you approach that with the team? I mean, because you don't want to seem like you're being mean to them after a win, right? And so do you say something to them tonight about it, or do you just yay tonight and then get into those things tomorrow?
No, I just said to them what I basically said to you, which is, you guys are playing great, and I never want to take that away from them, because they are. But I want them to want more for themselves. I want them to recognize that we can still get better, and that there are moments where we can really, really, truly amazing still, where we can really improve. I'm the first person that cares about the environment in our building and around our team. I think it is the most important thing, what our building feels like every day. And I think that the vibe and atmosphere that we have right now is tremendous, and it will remain that way. But I have said from the very beginning since I got here that I do think you can do both. I think you can enjoy it. I think you can have a good vibe and a good atmosphere, and you can care about winning, and you can care about the details and be critical of yourselves in hard moments, and also be critical of yourselves when things are going well from a results standpoint. Just like I never try to get too down on the team when we're losing, I also don't want to get too high on the team when we're winning, because we're always trying to pursue being a little bit better. And we have a great group of guys in the locker room that are very professional, and they know that. They know that I always will support them. I'm in this with them, but we can continue to get better as a team.
How much has it helped, not having to play guys 35 minutes during this run?
I think it's helped everybody. It's much easier to demand the intensity and competing on every play when people are a little bit more fresh. Again, these guys have handled it really well. We have guys on our team that are playing less minutes than they're used to, and I recognize that can be frustrating in certain ways. Your individual statistics may not look the same as they used to because of that, but they're all bought into trying to compete as a team right now and win. But I do think we're seeing, especially at this point in the season, we're gaining a little bit of ground because of that, because we don't have guys that are super run down and having to play, overextended minutes.
What's behind Markman's extra aggressiveness the last few games? He's been getting to the line a lot more, and he seems a little bit more determined to get his.
He's playing really, really physically when he has the ball. We've had a couple of games where he's been able to play against the switch and use his physicality and size against smaller players. The biggest area that I'm seeing growth lately is in transition. He's seeing the moments where he has one-on-one attacks in space, and he's not avoiding contact. Lowry's a great athlete. He's big and he's strong, and we're on the opposite side of this frequently, where the rules are set up in the league now where it's hard when guys are going full speed in transition. It's really hard to square them up and guard them legally. So he's taking advantage of that on the other end and, getting himself to the line a lot, which has been tremendous for us.
It seems like the team's very confident. It looks like they're playing with a level of confidence. Do you feel that, and how does it show on the court for you?
Oh yeah, no, we have a lot of confidence, swagger, whatever you want to call it right now, and it's great. I'm a huge proponent of that. I want our team to feel like they can express themselves individually first and then as a group because of that. Like, all of their individual personalities kind of culminate in this thing that is our team's personality. And the confidence, the way that they're encouraging each other, the chatter from the bench, the way that they're celebrating each other's moments in the game, is what you want in team sports. This is a business, and every guy in that locker room has individual things at stake all the time when they play, and that's not a secret, and we don't hide from that. But I think the fact that they're able to put that aside in some way when they're playing and still give themselves to the team is why we're having success right now. Like I alluded to, I really do think that the environment right now is why we're playing as well as we're playing. It's the most important thing to me for sure.
Be really aggressive on it.
Yeah, he's learned over the last 15, 16 months that he's been with us, as defenses have adjusted to him and as he's getting played more physically, he's learning how to use that aggressiveness against them. Not just for himself, he's learning how to use that aggressiveness to help his teammates get shots as well. It's a big part of the evolution of Lowry. He's doing things now that he wasn't doing last year, and that's a credit to him and the work that he's put in. He watches a ton of film, and the amount of reps that have to go into doing these things before they become second nature in a game is a lot, and he has stuck with it through doing work on the court, going in a game, making a few good reads, and then maybe a few mistakes. And he's learned from that. And, for me, it's a real luxury because I can put Lowry in so many different spots on the court, and he's able to help us create advantages. Like I said, not just for himself, but for his teammates, because people really, really react to Lowry now in a way that they weren't.
Point out, hey, this is where we want you to be better, you can be better, see that, or is it kind of hit on his own, him doing this extra things?
It's both. We are the coaches of the team, so we definitely take Lowry through the film and make sure that he gets a lot of drill work on the things that we're going to ask him to do in the game. It's our job really to help Lowry streamline that in terms of he could watch the film and care about 15 things. He's a perfectionist. It's our biggest job with Lowry in particular to strip things back and say, hey, these 10 things, great, let's focus on these 2. Let's really work on the flares right now, and let's work on pick and roll when you're setting. Or let's work on the wide pins out of the corner where you're setting or when you're coming up. We could go 10 different directions, but it's up to us to try to help him narrow his focus so that we can really see results. We watch with Lowry. Lowry watches on his own. He asks a lot of questions. He's constantly pursuing getting better. But I do think that our biggest responsibility with Lowry, and really with any player, is trying to get better at 10 things is hard. And so it's our job to help him prioritize what's most important right now and help steer him in that direction.